I'm going to show you how to make the single magic circle and the double magic circle, just in case you feel you have need to use the double one. Starting off, pop your yarn in your left hand. Now wrap that yarn around 2 fingers. I kind of push the loop off my fingers as I'm popping my hook in and pulling up a loop. Hold on to that little loop on the hook, yarn over and make a chain. And there you have your magic ring ready to go. I'm just going to pop a few stitches on so I can then show you what you need to do. After you've completed your first round, pull the hook out of the loop. Now I extend the loop so I don't lose it. Turn your work around. Now this is with the single one only. Grabbing the yarn end, pulling it gently until it closes up to whatever size you prefer. Then pop your hook back into your loop and you're on your merry way. Now, what I do when I darn the yarn end in is go around the circle a few times, firm it up, pop my needle in, going around 1, 2 and 3. I turn it so I go back the other way. I'm trying to break through a few fibres as I'm going. 2 and 3. If this is a very slippery yarn that you're using, I would actually do a little more darning in than I have just done. Okay, so here you can see that you've just got a nice little hole in the centre. Now I'm going to show you how to do the double magic loop. I have had single magic loops come undone early on in my crochet career, so I find that I just do the double magic loop automatically every time now. So yarn end in your left hand. Wrap your yarn around 2 fingers twice, pulling your fingers out of those loops. Pop your hook in the loop, pull up your yarn, yarn over and make a chain to secure the loops. Now I'm going to head off and crochet some stitches in this magic ring, and I'll meet you back very soon. Okay, I have finished my first round. So now take your hook off your work, grab hold of that yarn end. Now give it a gentle tug and you'll see one of the loops cinches in. You want to grab hold of that loop that's cinched in, pulling it out and letting the other one go in nice and firm. So now you're left with a yarn end and a loop. All you have to do then is pull the yarn end and that second loop goes in. And there you have a double magic loop, and that will not come undone. You may be wondering to yourself, what do you do about the size of the center circle when you're using the magic ring? You can actually adjust that to suit yourself. Alright, so say I need to put double the amount of stitches on here. I can pull it and you'll see that the yarn end will go in the larger I make the circle, and then I have space to crochet my stitches all around. And then you go on exactly the same way as you would as I showed you before. So you can have it as big as you want, or you can have it as tight as you want. All right, there's one other factor I'm going to show you. Now, what happens if you want to make a motif that has a large circle in the center? You can still do that here too. Just pop your yarn around 3 or 4 fingers, however large you would like to make it. Bring up that loop, yarn over and make a chain to secure. Now, all you have to do is make the size of the hole that you're after, then work your way around doing the stitches that you need. All right, we have 16 single crochets worked around our magic circle. Take your hook off. Now you're going to look for your yarn end. You're going to cinch that in, and there you still have that large circle that you're after. You would just have to then darn this in around the bottom of these single crochets. Now you can actually do this with a double magic circle as well. It's a bit more fiddly, however, it's doable, and I tend to do it myself. Okay, yarn over, making a chain. I'm going to go off and single crochet some stitches around this magic circle and show you how I finish it off. We've got our first round of single crochet. Now, grabbing hold of the yarn end. Again, you'll be looking at these two loops to see which one cinches in. It's not as easy, I'll grant that, but here you can see this loop here has cinched in when I pulled the yarn end. So I'm going to grab that tighter loop and I'm going to very gently pull it out until the other loop cinches in and closes up the gap. Then you just have to pull on that yarn end, maybe a little bit firmer than the other, but there you have your magic circle with still a decent size hole in the center of a motif that you might be making. So there you've got all you need to know about the magic circle. It's quick, it's easy, it's versatile. You can have any size that you choose in the center. And the big bonus of it is when it's made as a double magic circle, it will not come undone. I hope that this tutorial has been very educational and informative for you, and that you might now have a go at doing a magic circle to start your work. Not that I'm against the 3 or 4 chains, but I just find you're stuck with a certain size with the chain method when you actually could want either a lesser or more center circle opening than what the chain method gives you. All right, so I hope this has given you the confidence to have a go. I'm going to see you in the next video very soon as I show you how I make my magic knot. The knot that I use to join yarn together that is super strong and will not come undone. Okay, see you soon.